Hey guys, my name is Mark from jazzguitarlessons.net and welcome to this video where I'll detail the 5 reasons I chose the Strandberg guitar. This guitar I hold in my hand. I've had it for about a month and I wanted to give you the top reasons why I chose it and also some of my observations and thoughts about this instrument so far. So let's get going. The first reason I chose the Strandberg as my next guitar is the ergonomics and the size of this instrument. It's a really tiny guitar. It's really lightweight, really interesting. No headstock, right? So I looked at this and I went like, oh, that's interesting. And I started to read on their website saying, well, this has been designed by Ergonomics. So you can have the guitar in a classical position like this, laying this side on your lap, or you can have it like old school rocker right on your lap like this. So it was really brilliant. The way my arm sat on it, I really enjoyed it. So that's the first reason, because personally, I've had to fight guitars a lot in my life, meaning like I would develop pain and neck pain and try to find a good way to posture. So that's reason number 1. And reason number 2, I chose the Strandberg as my next instrument, is the fan fret. I don't know if you noticed this in the video, but here it is. You can see how frets are fanned, which means that the bigger string is a bit longer than the smallest string, which means the intonation is more just. And it just makes sense to me, because if you look at a piano, which is a string instrument, the lower notes have way longer strings. So this is a great way to compensate for it, and it does not really affect the playing even of the chords because the fanning is very slight. And the third reason I chose the Strandberg really is for the specs. I looked at this, you have stainless frets, you have the fanning, you have certain types of wood, the pickups and everything, which of course I'm not going to get into detail. You can look in the description below for specs, for the scale and neck width, etc. But you can also see them on the website, on the Swedish website Strandberg. So I looked at this, the hardware and the way it was built, the mentality, even to the neck, which you can't really see on camera here, but this is not round. It's almost like an hexagon in a way. So I saw all of this and I fell in love with someone that had a passion for constructing a guitar that sounded like a guitar, that looked like a guitar, but also that's revolutionary in a certain way. And the fourth reason I chose the Strandberg is because of the look. This is a pretty cool looking instrument, and I sort of fell in that trap early around the year 2000. I got a Godin, which we'll put on the screen here, Godin Flat 5X in blue. And it looked like an alien guitar, but man, it did not sit comfortably. So when I saw the looks of this, I went, well, it looks great, and it's supposed to be very comfortable for ergonomics and playing. So that's another great reason. Also, tipping my hat, chapeau, to Pascal, one of my students, who played this on camera for me. And I went, what is this? I wouldn't say love at first sight, but I went like, that's a really interesting guitar, tell me about it. And then I looked at it, and of course I found one near here, and I bought it. And the fifth reason why I chose the Strandberg is for the price. Yeah, you guys say, well, that's a pretty expensive guitar. Why would you say it's the price? Well, here's the thing. For guys like me, number 1, a lot of my students have way more guitar than I have, right? So I play that blue guitar, that Telecaster, I play the Godin in most videos, and the classical, the nylon string's over 20 years old now. So I don't tend to purchase a lot of equipments, but I know guys in the jazz field can pay $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 for arch tops. So if you look at the fact that I paid taxes included and shipping everything just under $3,000, it's much cheaper than going to the high end or the Luther handmade, but at the same time it's higher quality than if I got a Fender at the store. Like if I get just a regular Fender, I could buy two Fender Telecasters with the price for this one. So I think it's a nice compromise. It's well done, it's well made. It's not custom by Luther, but it's solid and it has enough of a reputation with the shredders, etc., so that I know it's going to be solid. So that's my fifth reason, which is the price. Not a cheap, not really affordable, but for what it gives you, I feel it was a pretty good deal. And now for the bonus reason, so I'll just go out on a limb before I tell you about the instrument itself. The sixth reason I got it is as a gift to myself. You know, when they say new year, new me, a wind of change, things are changing in my life. And the last guitar I got myself was that Godin that you can see on most of the videos, that semi-hollow guitar. It was 2015, so I spent poor me. I spent 7 years without purchasing an instrument. So now that was a gift to me, really a great gift. And again, I look at some of my students, I have 10, 15 guitars that are collecting, and I'm not like, I prefer to play the guitar. So that's a bonus reason, sort of a personal reason. It was for me and to use in videos. And I spent a lot of time with students. I wanted to feel comfortable sitting here and being able to have the guitar on my lap like this and have fretboard and intonation. All right, so now let's move on. All right, last thought. What do I think of the Strandberg? Well, I've only had it for about a month now, so I have to admit I'm not really fully comfortable. I'm not accustomed to the instrument itself. Interestingly, the frets are stainless steel, so it's like brighter on the attack. It's interesting. I use my Fender Blues Junior when I practice on my own, or I have an audio interface straight in my ears, so it's just a thing of getting accustomed to it. Also, for the intonation, it's just too straight. In a way, some guitars have personality, right? If I grab my nylon string or my Godin or my Telly, the scale length and the tone is different because it's flat or sharp, right? This one is so straight that in my ears it feels a bit flat, interestingly, but it's because it's perfect. And when there's a chord I have in mind, it just bang, it's here. There's no like delay. It's like everything from my ears to my head and to my fingers, it's right there. So it's sort of a strange thing to get accustomed to. And also another thing, I haven't really found the position. So my strap is high so that the guitar can be at the same height, whether I stand or sit. So that's my aim, right? And I shot a video about this on YouTube recently, but I haven't really found the way that it lies here on my thigh to be fully comfortable, because I'll do, so if I let it go, it's gonna do this. So I do a lot of holding it with my forearm, and I'm not fully used to, you know, having the fretboard like right here. I'm more of a fretboard here kind of guy, not here, but here. So now it's a bit higher than I'm used. So I've had some tensions and issues in the neck, but I'm really just getting accustomed to it. In the end, my conclusion would be that when I do find the comfort spot, the sweet spot for this one, it's going to be way more economical. I have better sound, better ease of playing, and I can just, you know, lay down, jam, and not be so stressed. You've seen some of my videos, my shoulders will go like this and I'll be really tense. So with this one, I think that it's going to lend itself well to be really relaxed and really listening to my playing and really making an effort to not make an effort, you know, being surrendered to the music in a moment. So all around, I think it's a great jazz guitar. Of course, if you're looking for the tone of an arch top or a 335, this is not your gig, this is not it, but it's a pretty fascinating instrument. It stays in tune, it's really solid, it's really bright, the action is great. Those are 10, the gauge of strings, so I was thinking of going to a 10.5 or 11 gauge. I will let you guys know either way. I don't do a lot of spots about, you know, my gear typically, but this is a one-of-a-kind guitar, right? So that's one of the reasons I shot this video. So that's it for the gear review. I hope you are enjoying this. If you have a Strandberg, either this one or another Strandberg guitar, you can post the comments here. If you have any questions also about the act and my experience with it, please post it in the comments below. Please subscribe and like this video. Of course, there's plenty more on YouTube here to learn standards, to learn to comp on standards, learn the scales and improvisation concepts, and plenty more on the blog over at jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. I'll see you next time. Take care.